if you're planning a trip to Brisbane for the first time and want to know the best attractions and hidden gems nobody will tell you about, then this video is all you need. Because today, I'll be giving you the top 10 things to do here that lets you see many of the iconic places in the beautiful city of Brisbane, including hidden spots you totally never even heard of.
And as always, they will be ranked from kind of okay to the best thing you have to come to Brisbane to see for yourself right now. And let us begin with the first one.
And at number 10, we have the Long Pine Koala Sanctuary, known for having the cutest koala bears. But why are we beginning at number 10? Is Brian really bad at numbers or something? No, because if you know anything about Brisbane, you already know this place. But contrary to the name, they have more than just koalas. Like you want some big friendly kangaroo or baby kangaroo that runs away just like a kitten, and this big birdie, I hope they'll eat humans. And the best part is, at the time of this video, I paid 59 Aussie dollars to go in, about 38 American dollars, making it the cheapest koala sanctuary around the city, so that's why I totally recommend it for any first-time traveler.
However, for those hoping to hold the cute koala for a picture, as of July last year, they stopped letting anyone hold the koala due to whatever concerns, but this is already the best place for animal lovers, especially with the low ticket cost compared to other sanctuaries around Brisbane. But the next thing to do in Brisbane gets even crazier.
Because at number 9, I'm taking you to the most beautiful place you will ever see, and that is a North Stradbroke Island. Or you can just call it Straddy. Everything in Australia has a nickname for no reason. But if you're looking for a paradise, you just found it. And that's not it, because you know how crowded the famous tourist attractions can get during the holiday seasons? But over here, there are never that many people. No, I would even say you see more kangaroos than living human beings. And there are even hotels if you want to stay here for the night. And if you're lucky, you might even see wild koalas from time to time. And I can't believe this is only number 9 on the list. Like, Brisbane is so crazy, I don't even know where to begin.
And yes, it's possible to go there alone without joining a tour, but if this is your first time there, it's better to go with someone who can take you to the best photo spots and help you find kangaroos and even koala, etc. So I think it's totally worth it to go there as a group.
But now we're at the number 8 best thing to do and the perfect time to subscribe to this channel if you love the video so far. Because the next one on the list is the most iconic landmark when it comes to Brisbane, and that is the Story Bridge in the center of the city. Because you don't get to brag to your friends that you've come to Brisbane without a selfie in front of it. And if you do get hungry after that, the walkway under the bridge is known for having some of the finest restaurants in Brisbane. But I do have to warn you that both the pedestrian and the bike paths across the bridge are now completely closed for safety reasons, and they even say they're completely shutting down the bridge in 20 years or so. So that's all the reason to come see it as soon as possible.
Now, I believe it's possible to climb all the way to the top of the bridge with the help of some local guys. Some say it's one of the best things to do in Brisbane. But if that's not your thing, no worries, because the next one is even better.
And that is why number 7 on the list is my favorite thing to do here, because Brisbane is all about history. And I'm sure you wouldn't want to come here without visiting literally one of the oldest churches, and that is the St. John's Cathedral in Brisbane. Now, it's technically not that old, because Australia is a young nation compared to others, and I think my grandma is older than this building. But if you come here on, I remember it's every Thursday, you can even find the city markets and eat food and drinks from all over the world.
Also, some tourists will do this, but I don't think you should take pictures inside the church, or make loud noises, or play video games on your phone sitting there with the music on. Don't be that kind of tourist.
But we're not even halfway through the list, and in most videos, this is where they run out of recommendations. But I know all the hidden gems across Brisbane, and that's why number 6 is Wellington Point. Like, if you told me you got a day in Brisbane and you just want to relax to do nothing, then this is where I would tell you to visit. Because only a quick train or bus ride away is the most underrated place in Brisbane that I cannot believe how nobody is talking about. Because if you come here when the tide is low, you can literally walk on the beach to a secret island at the very end, and that's kind of it. Also, it's being protected, so you can't do a lot of stuff. But after that, you can get yourself a cup of coffee around the beach, and they also have tons of restaurants lined up if you need something to eat. But hey, being outdoors is not your thing, I totally get it, because number 5 is the one you wouldn't want to miss as an indoor person, and that is the Brisbane City Hall, which is also the museum, and also they do concerts over here and stuff. It's the 21st century, even buildings need to do part-time work. But it doesn't matter because entering here is free. Like, I was looking for the counter to buy tickets, only to be told that yes, it's free, with the only one you need to book ahead being the clock tower tours, but I think even that one is free. And in this day and age of terrible economy, if you're free, you bet you're gonna be high on the list. But number 4 is where we have to get away from the city, but as you can see, it's totally worth it because Gold Coast is the most beautiful place out of everywhere, not just in Australia. Now, technically, it's not Brisbane, but it's only like, what, an hour away? And I mean, you came all the way to Brisbane, you might as well check it out too. And people don't call this place the best city to live in Australia for no reason. Like, you want to surf? You get to surf. You want to hike mountains? You get to do that. You want food? You get all the exotic, crazy food. People literally fly halfway across the earth just to come here, so I believe it's totally worth a visit.
But just to be clear, the locals living here in Gold Coast have been complaining about the terrible traffic and how impossible it is to find parking, especially around the beach. So if you're driving, I don't know if you will want to come here.
But why would you want to leave here without first checking out the next one on the list? Because number 3 is SeaWorld. Now again, a bit outside of Brisbane, but hey, you can touch this frisbee looking fish, man. So there are a few theme parks around here, but SeaWorld is solely the one where you get the most bang for your buck. Like, you get your typical shows with sea animals with dolphins doing their dolphin thingy, and all the rides that you're probably too scared to try. But you can still take pictures with your favorite characters from cartoons. And whatever this is. Bro, this better be real gold.
Now, regarding how much time is enough at the park, I spent about 4 hours there and I barely saw half of it. So if you were to take all the rides and see all the shows, you would probably need a whole day.
But now we're at number 2, and this is where it gets insane because nobody ever tells you this, but the food in Brisbane is on another level, and the reason is simple. Around 2 million people live here, and many came from all over the world, bringing their unique taste of food into the city. Therefore, whatever you want, you can pretty much find it here, and it tastes just like where it originated. Most of the time, even better, making Brisbane the one true heaven for anyone who loves delicious food above all else.
And what's totally surprising is how affordable the food is compared to other big cities in the Western countries, or even in other parts of Australia, because they need to keep up with the competition. So now you know why people come here and they never leave.
But before we get to the best thing to do in Brisbane, let's go over some honorable mentions, like the conservation park you're seeing right now. It's free to enter at the time of this video, and that's all that matters. Plus, they got so many kangaroos, it's almost kinda scary. And the Chinatown in Brisbane, perfect if you're looking for Asian food with affordable price. And the number 1 thing to do in Brisbane, to everyone's surprise, is a relaxing walk around the river of Brisbane. And most importantly, the South Bank of Brisbane, since this is where you'll find the iconic Brisbane sign you see on social media, alongside the Wheel of Brisbane, which at the time of this video, it costs around 20-something Aussie dollars or 15 American dollars to take the ride. But if you want to keep the cost down, visiting Lee Damali's Peace Pagoda literally right next to it is completely free. It was originally designed for the World Expo in 1988, but now they kind of just keep it around in case you want to pretend you're in the pod, but don't actually want to visit there, so you need like a picture or something.
But most importantly, before you even think about visiting Brisbane, you should know about the biggest lies that America is spreading about Australia, especially in the media, and it's only getting worse. But you can click on the video to see what they are.